The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. It's time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, then you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries with 2 strangers and 1 target where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and is even loved by Hollywood celebrities including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Order Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, now available at Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Hollywood celebrities including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, and heard worldwide from Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And don't forget to support The Mike Wagner Show generously at themikewagnershow.com. You can also support us on Anchor FM/support and PayPal at The Mike Wagner Show, and also Mike Wagner Voiceover. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out The Mike Wagner Show for t-shirts, hoodies, pop sockets, and throw pillows, tote bags, and more. And for more great gift ideas, including hoodies as well as tank tops, also some phone cases, and a lot more. Go to Amazon.com and check out the Me and Molson Zia store. Also, check out his great books, Missing and Once as well. Amazon.com/Me and Molson Zia. Make sure you order today. We're here with a terrific lady who's a music veteran, drummer, blues singer, also songwriter from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She toured with New York City's theimpalas, Toronto's bgirls, and ISIS's Carol McDonald. And she loves barbecue and Pittsburgh sports. And she's got a new album out called The Queen of Pittsburgh featuring Evilwoman. We'll play that song in just a minute. Oh, and speaking of Queen of Pittsburgh, live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in the beautiful former Steel City, which is downtown Pittsburgh, the Queen of Pittsburgh herself, singer, songwriter, multi-talented drummer, and the amazing Tedi Brunetti. Tedi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, how you doing today, Mike?
Oh, you're doing great. We're doing great. So you've been a music veteran for quite some time. You're a drummer, blues singer from Pittsburgh. You toured in New York City's The Impalas, Toronto's bgirls, and ISIS Carol McDonald. You also love barbecue and Pittsburgh sports. And you also have a new album out called The Queen of Pittsburgh featuring Evilwoman. We'll play that in just a minute. And you've been on the music scene for quite some time, and you've got amazing talent. And before getting to all that, tell us how I first got started, Tedi.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Tell us how you first got started.
Oh, how I first got started?
Yes.
Oh, I've been around the block a few times, Mike. I started playing music when I was a kid, about 11 or 12 years old, and went to college as a music major for a few years, dropped out. This is in the early 70s. I graduated high school in 1970, actually. Mm-hmm. So I could probably be, what, your grandmother? So,
yeah, I'm having trouble with my math right now, and I'm on my fourth cup of coffee, and I'm trying to figure out what I have for breakfast. I'm trying to figure out when I was born, what year, and everything else. So it's probably going to be a while, I'll tell you.
Well, anyway, I'm not dead yet, so here we go.
Neither many of us. So.
And life has just gotten richer and better as we go, I got to say. So, my dream was always to go to New York City and try to make it in the music business, because I started writing songs as soon as I started playing music. And guitar was my first instrument. They wouldn't let me play drums because drums was a boy's instrument. Mm-hmm. And that's how people thought back in those days, you know.
Oh, but, yeah.
You there?
Yes, we're here. Yeah.
I took my money from my chicken job, right? I worked after school at a fried chicken place. Mm-hmm. And I went and took drum lessons, and that surprised everybody. I mean, I just had a passion for it. So anyway, yeah, guitar was my first instrument, so that's how I write my music, you know, and that's a good thing for me now. And so yeah, I ended up in I played in some bands on the road, and one of the bands had management, and Eloise Laws, who was Hubert Laws and Ronnie Laws' sister. She was a big nightclub singer. She did the Johnny Carson show and things like that. And she toured the country and out of the country, actually, too. But she wanted a rock drummer, so the manager knew I had been to college and knew I could read music. Mm-hmm. So he hooked me up with her, and that was my first New York foray, you know. I had to move from Pittsburgh to New York and rehearse, and then on the road with Eloise for a while. And then, so I got that taste of New York there. Actually, the New York thing comes from my parents because they were actors, and they tried to make it as actors when they were young, you know, mm-hmm. and went to New York for a few years. And so, you know, I guess I just kind of continued their dream a little bit. And actually, my dad's 93.
Wow, amazing.
He still has an actor's equity card.
Oh, my goodness. I'm sure that'll go on Amazon pretty good, or eBay one day. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, so I feel like I'm middle-aged, you know. I get those longevity genes. So I was on the road with this band, and that's where I met my husband, and he's my lead guitar player. So we moved to New York City. We didn't know anyone. We first got married, and we didn't know anybody. And this was in the 70s, and we just kind of found our way, and we ended up in the loft in the music building. It's not there anymore. They turned it into something else a few years back. Mm-hmm. But it was quite a time to be in New York City. The 70s and the 80s, there was a real starving artist community there, and everybody knew each other, and it was great. And that's when I played with Carol McDonald and Witch, and she was an Atlantic recording artist. Mm-hmm. With that band ISIS, she had been on the Midnight Special. Did you ever hear that show?
I remember the Midnight Special. I actually stayed up to watch that, and there was also quite a number of specials. I'm trying to think as well. There's one that's an offshoot of it. Now I remember Austin City Limits, and there was, I think, another, but Midnight Special was one that pretty much stood out. I think it was, what was it, like weeknights, weekends, or something like that? Midnight, 12:30. It's like I'm trying to remember when it was, but I'm glad you mentioned it. Yeah. I mean, it was like every Saturday. It was a big deal. It was just, you know how Saturday Night Live became a big deal. Oh,
right?
yes.
But this is before that, and it was all bands, and it was all music, and it was the major acts, whoever was out there. So. Yeah, I toured all over the country with her. That was one of the first acts that I went to gigs on an airplane, Mm-hmm. So that was kind of cool. And Carol was great, and I learned a lot from her. She's passed away, but I learned a lot from her about how the way she ran her band and her business and things like that. Mm-hmm. And and then the bgirls came around. Toronto's infamous bgirls, and we toured with the Clash, and they were produced by Deborah Harry from Blondie.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
And they sang background vocals on a couple Blondie albums too.
Huh.
And it was intense. Carol McDonald's band was all women, and so was the bgirls. We were all girls, right? So mm-hmm. So I've done a couple all female band things, mm-hmm. and they're always intense. But we all still love each other to this day. So it was all good, and then I ended up putting my own band together. Mm-hmm. When you go to these big cities and try to make it in the music business, a lot of times you play in different projects. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I had my own band, and I played in other people's bands, and because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of energy, and it was a very good time. And unfortunately, I did everything you could do except have a hit record. I had an angel who paid for me to go into the studio and make my first album like 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. So, and that was kind of an unusual occurrence. But Dean Sargent, who produced the Queen of Pittsburgh album, also produced my first album, Tattooed Women. And we're going to release that. My guy from Sony, Dan Malsh from Soundline Studios, he asked if he could put the first album out on the Orchard also. So we're going to do that probably next year after we release it. Yeah, so exciting, right?
It does sound exciting. And what would you say, what was that one precise moment that simply influenced you, what you're doing for the rest of your life? So, you took guitar, you got into drums. So what was that one precise moment that simply said to you, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my career?
Well, I can tell you exactly. I was about 10 or 11 years old. I was at a girlfriend's birthday party. Mm-hmm. And she had an older sister who was about 14 who had a little pink Victrola, a little portable record player. Okay.
Oh my gosh,
and she
I remember
put this
those.
45
yes.
on, and it was Louie Louie. Remember that? The Kingsmen.
Oh yeah, Louie.
And that song, when that song came on, something happened to me. It was a spiritual experience. I mean, I felt like when I heard those drums, they're so bombastic on that song.
Mm-hmm.
It's crash, boom. I mean, the drums are smoking. They're just slamming on that song. When I heard that, it spoke to the deepest part of me. And I ran over to that little record player, pushing people out of the way. I stood over that thing and listened to that, and I kept playing it over and over again. They had to literally grab me by the arm and drag me back into the party. I didn't want to stop listening to it. And I knew then and there, as I was listening, I said, this is what I do. I'm a drummer. Nobody in my family, well, I shouldn't say that. I have a brother who's 2 years younger than me. I'm the oldest of 10 kids.
Wow.
And he was
makes up a band right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, really, right? He was a child prodigy classical pianist. Mm-hmm. And he actually has a big career in New York City as a vocal coach now. He went to Carnegie Mellon, and he's awesome. Tedi Brunetti, he wrote a book called Acting Songs. He coaches a lot of Broadway singers. He teaches all over the world. Wow. He's very well known in his genre, which is Broadway, mm-hmm. As a vocal coach. And anyway, yeah, I just knew I was possessed. Something happened to me in that moment, And that's when I asked to take drum lessons after that, and they said no. And I said, well, the next best thing to me was guitar. So they agreed to that and bought me a guitar, and I did well, but the drums were my passion,
Mm-hmm. And of course, speaking of drums as well, too, who are some of our favorite drummers listening to and growing up?
Oh, well, I like them all, but Ringo, Charlie Watts, and then Buddy Rich, of course.
Oh, yeah, Buddy Rich.
And I listened, Bonham, with Led Zeppelin, all the greats, I don't even know, Stevie Winwood's drummer. He always has a drummer that has great time. I can remember going to his concert, a Traffic concert, the band Traffic. Mm-hmm. And there's this thing about timing. They asked Mozart, what's the most important element of music? Is it melody? Is it harmony? What is it? And he said, time. And because if you play a note precisely, it's a song, okay? Mm-hmm. So that was the way he described it. Mm-hmm. So, but timing, there's certain people, certain drummers, their time is so perfect. And when that happens, when you have a guy who can do that, who can play like that, it's hypnotic, and you're drawn to it, and it's the whole song, all right? That snare drum can become the whole song. Charlie Watts is like that with the Stones, too, when I saw them live. Unbelievable. So, yeah, a lot of drummers.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds amazing, too. And also, how about some of your other favorites, your favorite other artists, singers, songwriters growing up?
I listened a lot to Stevie Wonder. Mm-hmm. Of course, the Beatles, and the Beach Boys. Oh, yes. Pet Sounds. And James Brown, and Aretha Franklin, and all the Motown people. That's my generation. And it was such a great time to grow up musically. 70s, 80s. I mean, it was eclectic. We had those radio stations would play Led Zeppelin, and then they'd play the Monkees, and they'd play, and then they'd play Aretha Franklin. I mean, so it was like, you heard everything. All different genres were, going at once, and it was just great, and everyone was so creative. It was just a great time to be a young person and a musician. Lots happening, a lot of variety,
Mm-hmm.
and things weren't so pigeonholed like they are today. You're not going to hear on certain stations they only play one type of music. That's it. You know what I mean? Like the electronica, the pop dance stuff. You're not going to hear a folk group on that station. You know what I'm saying?
Unless it snuck in and stuck it in somehow. Back in the days of pirate radio stations, somebody would just barge in, here, play this, or they'll interrupt, say, a Led Zeppelin song, play that, and then they'll go into let's say the Monkees or the Kingsmen or whatever. It's like they'll just sneak it in. So I remember those days.
Yeah, it was great back then, and yeah, I guess that's why I don't listen to radio so much today.
Well, you know something? You pretty much got something right here on podcast as well too, and we'll talk about your amazing album Queen of Pittsburgh in just 1 minute. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-ring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. And heard worldwide on Geo 7, Radio Public, Kimberly, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com. You can also support us on Anchor FM as well as PayPal. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Make sure you check out his books, Missing Once, and his lineup of great apparel, and make sure you order today. We're here, singer, songwriter, very multi-talented drummer, Tedi Brunetti, here on the Mike Wagner Show from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We talked about her experience with the New York City's Impalas, Toronto's bgirls, and ISIS, Carol McDonald, and a lot more, and just, her major influences and more. And right now, let's talk about the new album that's coming out, Queen of Pittsburgh, featuring evilwoman. And tell us more about the brand new album, Tedi.
Well, it actually started as a legacy album. I started writing again, and I thought we should record again for our grandkids so they'll know Grandma and Grandpa were cool ones.
Just like right now as we speak. So,
and I happened to run into Dean Sargent and Mike Hennigan, my producers. I ran into Dean's wife on Facebook, and we all hooked up again. And I said, "Hey, Dean, I'm thinking of recording again." And he said, "Let's do it." And I thought, "Oh, great." Well, and Dean was he was like a first call recording engineer back in the day in New York City. So he's that's why this album's so great, because I got 50 years of experience with everybody who's worked on it, and even Dan Marsh, the guy who owns Soundmind Music Works and Studio. He mixed a few tunes, and he mixed Evil Woman, actually, and he mastered the whole album. and he's got platinum albums to his credit. And actually, one of the albums he worked on is Gojira. They're a metal band from England, I think, from the UK. They're number one in the country right now today, as far as album sales go. So he's done some big projects. He has some platinum albums under his belt. Tommy Uzzo, the famous recording engineer from New York City, mixed Eat, Sleep, Repeat. And unfortunately, he passed away in the middle of our making this album. But he's an old friend of Dino's, and he was a consultant on this album. So I had wonderful, wonderful people. You know, nobody does it by themselves, you know. But my musicians and production people, and wait till you see the video that goes along with Evil Woman. It's going to blow your mind. It's really good. And that my video team are young guys that went to Rutgers University Film School, so they're, you know, bona fide filmmakers. And BMHAC is their company. And we're getting ready to shoot another video from the album. But we just had a ball making it, and we're glad it's coming out soon.
And we're certainly looking forward as well, too. And tell us a bit more about Evil Woman as well. And if you want to feature some other tracks, you can also talk about those as well.
Okay, well, Evil Woman, that song, it came about. We had put a blues cover band together just to see. I hadn't played for a while, so just to see if we still wanted to do it. And that got old, and pretty quick, because I've always wanted to do original material. But I wrote that song. Originally, the original thought came from, we had a singer in the band, a male singer, and he had a girlfriend who was giving him a lot of trouble. And so that's where the evil, and then she started doing things on Facebook, and oh my God, you know. So it turned into a soap opera. So that's where I got the idea for the actual title. I write from titles. I studied at the Songwriters Guild and at ASCAP in New York City back in the day. So I write like Tin Pan Alley songwriters. I write from a title. And so that's where the title Evil Woman came from. And then we actually filmed the video for this in the beauty salon that I go to. I guess they call it a hair salon nowadays. And it's all these young hottie hair stylists. And they're 20s, 30 something. And I would sit in there, and I used to I still do love going up there to get my hair done, because I hear all their stories about their boyfriends and their husbands and this and that and the other. And so they inspired me. A lot of the lyrics come from, it's a song about the 20, 30 somethings generation. It kind of puts them, that's the focus. You know, it's about them, and kind of capsulizes that kind of an experience. And I'm sure people are going to like it. It's a great tune.
And of course, it sounds amazing too. And we're going to play Evil Woman in just 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international war-ring author Mia Molson Z of Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with a very multi-talented drummer, singer, songwriter from Pittsburgh, Tedi Brunetti, with Evil Woman after this time out.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People, based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple, and more. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, where The Mike Wagner Show interviews great guests, cool conversation, lots of laughs, coffee, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device, subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today.
Hey, this is Ray Powers. And if there's one thing you can count on in these unpredictable times, it's that you're in good hands getting some great radio, courtesy of The Mike Wagner Show.
We're back with music veteran, drummer, blues singer, and singer-songwriter, multi-talented Tedi Brunetti from Pittsburgh, PA, here on The Mike Wagner Show. Right now, off her album, Queen of Pittsburgh, here's Evil Woman from Tedi Brunetti, right here on The Mike Wagner Show.
Everybody knows you're an evil woman from your head down to your toes. We're getting serious, told you from the start. Everybody knows, everybody knows. Not taking prisoners, I'm only taking hearts. Just to confuse me, your posts abuse me. The consequence of your intent does not amuse me. Excuse me if I may. It's time to go away. You got nothing nice to say. You're an evil woman. Says he loves me, says he's my man. Posted my picture all over Instagram. It's your evil pleasure messing with my life. It's your evil pleasure, it's your evil pleasure. He got twisted cause he wants me for his wife. Jealousy, honey, please. You sure got a lot of nerve talking shit on me. Excuse me if I may. It's time to go away. You got nothing nice to say. You're an evil woman.
great song, Tedi Brunetti. That was Evil Woman here on the Mike Wagner Show off of Queen of Pittsburgh. And once again, where can we find Queen of Pittsburgh, Evil Woman, and also where can we find all your music at?
Well, it's going to be available on all the streaming platforms, and you can get hard copy CD on my website. It'll be available on iTunes, Amazon for downloads, and just about everywhere you can get music. If you want the CD, please go to my website and join my Teddy Bear Club, and you can follow me there. And that's tedibrunetti.com. And I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. I don't tweet much. I'm not a tweeter, but most of my people are either on Facebook or Instagram. You know.
Okay. And, of course, many of us don't tweet either, so we have time for that. But we're certainly check out on all the social media platforms. We're here with singer-songwriter, multi-talented drummer Tedi Brunetti here on the Mike Wagner Show. In just a few more minutes, Teddy, we'd love to have you back on. You've just been totally amazing. And maybe do a drum solo for us next time we do video. And love to have you do some. And what can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond, Teddy?
Well, I'm going to be making at least three more videos to go along with some of the songs on the album. And I love working in the studio, so I'm looking for maybe another artist or two or a band or someone to produce myself. And because I like that work. And I like songwriting. I already have some ideas for my next music project, the next album. And so we'll just see what happens there.
Mm-hmm. And of course, if there's anybody out there listening and, looking to work with you, and how do they do that? How do they get a hold of you?
They can go to my website, tedibrunetti.com. There's a contact form there. And, or they can message me, on Facebook if they find me on Facebook, on my Tedi Brunetti page.
Okay. We'll certainly do so. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
The biggest influence. Well, I have to say that probably my producers, Dean Sargent and Michael Hennigan, they encourage me to be myself. And one of the sayings that I actually have a T-shirt on my website for sale that says "Perfect sucks."
I just saw that and I thought, oh my gosh, that's so true today. It's like everybody's trying too much for perfection, and I think music is better when it's not perfect.
Right. That's what we are. This is organic, my music. It's old school that way. We wanted people to feel like these are real people playing these instruments, This is really, nowadays, the top 20 songs, you'd be lucky if you hear a guitar on any of them, and you'd be hard-pressed to find an actual person who played drums on them. Everything comes out of a computer, out of a machine. Mm-hmm. But actually, that's how pop music works, right? It reflects the times, and we're all in our phones. It's all about technology. It's all about the computer and really our phones. And so the music is reflected that way. It's all coming out of a box. So I think we've had enough of that, and there's a place for everything. And I always feel like there's room for everyone. So. My stuff's a little more organic that way, blues-based music, and if you like old school rock, but you're looking for something fresh, we put a little modern twist on it, and we're hoping it's going to go well,
And certainly do, too. Also, don't forget the auto-tune that most people use. And I remember special effects. You just simply create them, not just rely on a button to push. So it's like I'm just ready to pull out my analog and, whatever else I had back in the day to create sound effects. It's like I'm going down memory lane after this one here. So It's so amazing. And of course, and we already asked what's your biggest influence, and what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Anybody starting out or anybody struggling in
just in
their career?
Just in general, or however you want to answer.
Oh, just in general, I think you should strive to be yourself, to thine own self be true. And you will...
Oh, you still there, Teddy?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you're still trying to
We're
answer here.
breaking
So
up.
go ahead. Yeah. Okay. You're saying?
I was saying, for me, that's the hardest thing, because we're inundated with Hollywood imagery and perfection and youth and all this stuff. And here I am, a grandma, getting a chance at a music career again, and it's I just was a little uncomfortable at first. I didn't know how I would be accepted, and even when I got offered to put this album out with Sony and the Orchard, I said, Dan, I'm 68 years old. He said, Teddy, nobody gives a shit. You sound good. You sound great. I said, oh, okay. Because, when I first started this career, you were afraid to be 30.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the end, So, but nowadays with the internet and the way, independent artists are nowadays, anybody can do it. And just follow your dreams and be true to yourself. And, I think that's the most attractive thing, when people are comfortable in their own skin, because then it allows us to be comfortable in our skin when we experience that. You know?
And you're certainly doing a great job of it, Teddy, too, and looking forward to having you again soon. Once again, Tedi Brunetti, singer, songwriter, multi-talented drummer out of Pittsburgh, PA, and the Mike Wagner Show with her new album, Queen of Pittsburgh, featuring Evil Woman. Teddy, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep this up to date. Love you back on in 2021. Don't forget to keep in touch. Once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, where can people purchase or listen to your music?
Yes, you can always find me at my website, tedibrunetti.com. And if you join my Teddy Bear Club, you can keep up with my adventures. And hopefully we'll be out gigging, and you'll find our music on all the streaming platforms, Spotify, all the platforms, Tidal, all of them, Deezer, and iTunes, Amazon Music, and Apple Music. And we're looking forward to playing for you.
That would be great. Once again, Teddy, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. Don't forget to keep in touch. You've been absolutely terrific. And yes, and just keep things going.
You rock, Mike. Thank you so much.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People, based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.